What is up, my beautiful gemstones? Welcome back to Friday Night's Live Intuitive Oracle with myself and Ghostdragonzw. Sorry that took a minute. I was just eating some of my Korean-style fried chicken, somewhat spicy potato chips, and I had to like reset my mouth before I could start talking. Still not like quite there yet. I hope you guys had a good few weeks. It's been 2 weeks since we've been here. Last week, Friday, I had just gotten back from vacation the day before, and I just wasn't feeling it. This stream has kind of turned into something else for me, which it's not a bad thing. It's just not what I expected it to be by this point in my career. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with it going forward, but we're here tonight. Thank you, Miss Batmom. I appreciate it. My hair is growing back, which is why you're seeing more of the natural hair. As opposed to the wigs. That really did have a lot to do with my losing my real hair, but it's pretty healthy now. So plus it's summer and it gets so hot with those wigs, particularly under these lights. What's up, Miss Eris, Batmom, Latro, Urso? Hello, I got your text. I just haven't had a chance to respond yet. Two fortune tellers meet each other. One of them says, hello, your day was fine. How about mine? Pretty much sums it up. Anyone else? Area 51. Hello. Let me bring in Ghosty and we'll just get this party started. You're on mute. I thought he was doing it on purpose.
There we go. Didn't click off the first time. Okay. Hello, everybody. Forgive me, my voice is crap. So, done
it's been a week.
Well, we went for almost 2.5 hours Wednesday night. And we've been going almost 2-3 hours.
No, that's good. It makes up for the time I lose here. And also, it gets more viewers in.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Gemma's replays wasn't Gemma's replays Saturday night. We never got to a replay. We just talked. Everybody was just gabbing up a storm, so I just let them
And that's perfectly fine. I mean, if people are enjoying the content, a lot of, I think, what I'm doing isn't changing like to where it's going to be something different. It's going to be all the same stuff. Just, I think maybe the presentation's going to be a little different. I'm working on a lot of new ideas for September and October. What's up, Mark? I hope you're feeling well. I'm surprised Blue isn't here.
Did you see somebody suggested that you read horror graphic novels one time? Live or even
horror graphic?
Or murder mysteries or unsolved case
horror novels. You said pornographic. I thought you said pornographic.
Well, I told you I'm having trouble. So, but yeah, they said, just even if you just record you reading pages.
Yeah, I would love to, but that stuff is copyright material.
I know.
Like people can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to read Gemma Jade's book on the air today," because I would be able to copy. I wouldn't. I mean, I would love to get my stuff out there, but I've thought about that before. I've thought about having a night where I just read books. I was going to do one where I read my books. I'm not growing that well on YouTube though. When I see the growth on TikTok compared to what I've been doing over here for 4.5 years, it's really discouraging. It really just sets me back. I'm just like, what am I doing?
I'm just doing silly stuff on there, and I'm just like all these followers. At first, it was just the scam women, and then all of a sudden, I started doing the silly stuff and the anime stuff, and everybody was like, "Okay, Grandpa's a little goofy."
Not Juan, not if it's under fair use, but with YouTube, if I were to read my own book, say, and someone were to be like, they could hit me with a copy strike, say it's their book, I'll get the copyright strike until I go out of my way to present evidence to prove that I'm the one in the rights. And if they don't find in my decision, YouTube does penalize you for appealing their decisions. So if you go so far as to appeal a copyright decision, they can, and they tell you they're more likely to than not they're just going to shut down your whole channel for being a nuisance.
Yeah.
So like if I could hit Ghost Dragons with a copyright strike right now, simply because I don't like him, and YouTube will automatically and immediately side in his favor until I present evidence and show them that I actually didn't do anything wrong. I never spent any time on TikTok either. It's just even with like the comments, right? So for me here, I have you guys, like my core gemstones who support me and follow me no matter what I do and then are super duper supportive. But I would say 60% of my comments are telling me what a loser I am, how cringe I am, how ugly I am, how crooked my teeth are, I'm old, I'm fat, all this stuff. Like one short I put up today, it was just a photo of me with a song playing behind it, and someone wrote ugly. On TikTok, it's like, oh my God, yes, you go girl, slay queen, repost, share out. Like they're just, it's so supportive over there. And I've been going through a lot of personal things involving my career and my social media. So y'all are just along for the ride at this point, because I don't know where I'm going with any of it. I'm trying to get to 10,000 over there so I can make actual money working, because working and not making any money is not it for me anymore. I can't survive anymore. I have no savings left. I have nothing. So, all right, let us get started. The algorithms are terrible. Yes, absolutely. You know, not set up for the little creator.
Sorry about that. Giles, we just had a huge lightning bolt. I don't know if you guys heard it in the background. It was big. Giles said we have a tree right by our next porch. He said a bunch of limbs started falling off it, and we got limbs on our roof in the garage. So
it was raining pretty bad here earlier too, but it's okay now. It's just really muggy. Who's first?
The first one is, since we do members first, is Mark. And then we'll go right into everything else.
Mark, I'm going to use Magic of You. Yeah, Batmom, I think that's what it is. You know, I am hoping in September to start going live on TikTok. And I'm pretty sure once I start going live with my readings on TikTok, I'm going to be making enough money that this is going to become something different, because I've been doing this and I've looked back on some of my streams when I've been struggling in the past 6 months, my streams, and even like the end of my videos, personal conversations I've had with people where I've really been like trying to be open and honest with everybody. And I got comments of like, I'm begging for money, and like, I'm going through something. I'm going through some sort of transformation and transition with Gemma Jade, and you know, whatever that means, it means I'm just kind of looking to, again, like it's really about the money at this point, because I love what I do. But the reason week after week for 4.5 years I've come to this stream is to, like, you know, work, but also because the energy of the stream, it's a great time for me. But then when I'm just like, you know, now that it's summertime, this is the only time aside from Sunday that I get to myself at all. So it's like, you know, which way do I go? Either way, you know, I'm not really gaining anything. I don't know. And I guess that sounds kind of selfish, but we'll get there. And I know you guys believe in me and support me, and that's why I haven't scrapped this stream altogether. So we'll get there, and I'll definitely inform you guys all along the way. What's up, Heather? All right, Mark, you got Avinoir card number 1. Make peace with your past. The rower sitting in her boat can only see from where she has come as she surges forward. When Avinoir presents, it's time to gain perspective and an understanding of the role your past has played in the direction you're heading today. Are you able to appreciate the beauty of where you've come from and let that guide you into your future? Or are you focused on problems, mistakes, and disappointments and letting them forge your direction? As you strike out in the pursuit of more, Avinoir reminds you to contemplate that more will never be meaningful or fulfilling until you truly embrace and unconditionally appreciate where you've come from, in all of its purifying pain and gentle glory. Avinoir is a healing card. It's time to make peace with your past. I'm doing great, Heather. Just kind of a chillaxing kind of day. The girl in Avenoir emerges from her journey along a dark, stormy sea, her hair still bearing the waves she rode as she was guided into this moment by her past. She trusts her gut. The tree of her life grows from her core experiences. Radiant and brave, she confidently faces an unknown future by anchoring herself in the present moment. In doing so, she embraces her life's journey without judgments. She does not regret the past nor fear its weight or legacy. She has learned to see it for what it is, essential for her growth. As you face your challenges today, Mark, embrace your past. Climb high, be brave and bold. Unconditionally, the past will lift you up. What's up, girl gong? The tree of life is yours to climb, so you need to trust it. And this is really about making peace. The overwhelming feeling that I got while reading this card, peace. Mark, I feel like you're on the precipice of something, something really big happening in your life. And it may not seem big, like as far as a milestone or the completion of a journey. It's something energetic where it's kind of like you're checking all your boxes, you're making sure all your ducks are in a row, you're maybe making amends with people or allowing more forgiveness into your life in the next couple of weeks. I don't know if this is going to come off the top of maybe you got some bad news or maybe you got some great news and you're feeling positive and overwhelmed in a great way, right? There is definitely something happening in the next couple of weeks and throughout the next couple of weeks where I feel as though all of the mistakes you feel you made and any of the regrets you still might have, even if it's going back, decades, right? However far it goes back, it's like it's all going to hit you all at once. And the reason for that is because the universe is telling you, take care of these things so you no longer have to carry it with you. Make amends, offer forgiveness, forgive yourself, let things go, maybe reconnect with someone you really care about that you haven't seen in a really long time. This is an energy of kind of going back and like sweeping up your path, right? Tying up loose ends, taking care of business that was maybe put on hold for too long or long forgotten. It's a great energy. It's an uplifting energy, but sometimes it's not always easy to do, right? To call someone and say, hey, I owe you an amends from 15 years ago. Most people aren't even still thinking about it, but I do feel like you need to take these steps and you'll know what they are. You will know as you go through the next couple of weeks, you'll be getting the downloads and understanding the process of what needs to be done here for you to have a clean slate spiritually. And you're being prepared for something. I don't know what, but you are being prepared for something and you really have to maybe swallow your pride in some instances. Remember that forgiveness does not have to equal reconciliation. This doesn't mean you anybody that you forgive, that you have to allow them back into your life. Like, this is just you doing all of this for you and staying mindful and focused that you are the person who needs to benefit from this energy coming in. Miss Heather, you are next. I'm going to use vintage wisdom.
I have vintage goofiness.
You are so low. I can't.
I'm sorry. It is my voice. I said I have vintage goofiness.
I tried to put the Mr. Boombastic TikTok. I thought that was so funny, but they copyrighted me, so I had to take it down. And I couldn't get an overlay that matched up with that specific piece. So
you haven't stumbled on the other ones either. There's like a couple of different ones.
I can barely keep up with mine.
I know.
Nice, Bat Mom. All right, Miss Heather, you got the card of harmony. The word harmony derives from the ancient Greek word harmonica, meaning joint, agreement, concord, and from the verb harmozo, to fit together or join. In linear terms, harmony describes many things, from the construction of temples to mathematical cosmic phenomena to the theory of music. However, the innate language of harmony is found in all of life. This card depicts a solitary Orpheus, musician to the gods, playing his lyre in a secluded temple. The 7 strings of the instrument correspond to various planets, and the sides represent the relationship between heaven and earth. The melodies Orpheus created were said to enchant and unify all animals, birds, and beings. Swallows dart and dive overhead against a canvas of indigo night sky. In the human aura, the color blue represents healing and takes on a sacred significance in many ancient and iconic religious paintings. Now, for me, just a quick aside, almost every psychic medium or aura reader that I've known has had a different color for each. Like, aura colors do not all mean the same thing to all people. So this is saying, I guess, in ancient times, that's what blue meant. But I'm just letting y'all know, like, that is not, like, if you Google what does a red aura mean, it'll give you an answer of, like, maybe what's most common. But when you're real in the community and you actually can see those things, you understand it personally to yourself, the energy that you feel, the taste that you taste, the whole vibe of that color associated with that aura. So just so you guys know. Heather, by drawing this card, you are asked to release any possible feelings of conflict, judgment, or isolation by attuning yourself to the encompassing frequencies of harmony. Bear in mind that in musical terms, there is a vital place for unison and dissonance, and the dance between them makes for a colorful and original composition. Furthermore, a shared appreciation of both aspects is essential between the players, and so it's with life. The art of listening, whether to the needs of others, the voice of nature, or the silence of your own soul, is essential to discovering your unique part in the great symphony of life. So the next couple of weeks, Heather, for you, I feel as though you have a decision made in some major area of your life, okay? Hello, Mama Cindy. So you've made the decision in your heart, in your mind, you're ready. It's a matter now of taking action, okay? I feel like, though, if you keep it to yourself for too long and you give yourself too much time to sit and think on this, you're going to start procrastinating about something that you know is definitely true. Like, you know, it's definitely the right move. You know, it's the right thing to do. And I feel like a part of you wants to keep whatever this is to yourself, not so much out of fear of like someone else or others involved finding out, but more so like, if you know, like, how can I put it? So like, if I'm going to apply for like my dream job, I'm probably only going to tell one or two people, because if I don't get it, I don't want that disappointment to, you know, hit them as well. And then I got to feel doubly bad for not getting my dream job. That's kind of what this is like for you, Heather, where it's like, the more people you tell, the more people who are going to expect you to follow through with this, because whatever this is good for you. It is what's meant to be happening with you. This isn't the universe saying you must get up and take action now. You absolutely have to, you know, move forward. But maybe let a few more people in on what it is you're thinking, feeling, wanting, and needing to do, and what your plans are in this area, so that if you start to chicken out, for lack of better words, or a better term, or if the other person or people involved start manipulating you back into this situation, you at least have that backup. You have those people that are going to say like, nope, this is the reality of the situation. I do feel like you have a lot of manipulation in your midst. Even if it's not like active every day, there is definitely at least one person in your life, Heather, that knows the right things to say at the right time. And even though you know deep down inside that this person is probably full of poop most of the time, that want to believe them is a lot stronger in your heart than the knowledge in your mind and in your soul that you can't, right? And that could be a form of abuse, a toxic relationship, and whether it's romantic or otherwise. So Heather, in the next couple of weeks, keep everything nice and balanced and open yourself up. Like, you don't have to ask for advice or other people's opinions. You can just say, you know, I have this plan. This is what I plan on doing. And, you know, I could use some backup when the time comes, or see if there's anyone that can help you. Keeping your thoughts, feelings, opinions, plans, wants, needs, etc. to yourself all the time, particularly in the next couple of weeks, is not going to work out well for you, because I feel like the other person or other people involved, they know you well enough to know your energy is going to be off, and they're going to start breadcrumbing and manipulating. So it's almost like, let a few close people to you in on what it is you're planning on doing, and make sure that you stand strong in that plan Don't be talked out of it. Don't be taking any steps back. Like, you know exactly what you want to do, why you need to do it, even if you don't know when you're ever going to be able to. Stand firm in that, especially and particularly in the next couple of weeks. Blue, there you are. I was like, Blue should be here by now. Nighthawk, hello. Who is next?
Next would be the girl and her gone. And then Blue.
All right, Miss Girl, we're going to use Goddess Power. Hey, Jared. Thanks for stopping in. Hello, Miss Girl. You got Bridget, the creative spark, card number 8 in the upright position. Inspiration and imagination are yours to play with right now. You effortlessly connect to your inner creative spark and make meaningful and beautiful experiences for yourself and for others. Take advantage of this fruitful time. When you are so in tune, it's like taking a magical trip to the land of the fairy where all that glitters really is gold and your life seems like a grand artistic gesture. The fiery Celtic goddess of creativity calls you to play in the artistry of your life, your work, and your loves. Bridget is whispering her sparkling music deep in your soul. Are you listening? I love her too. I am half Irish. And I've always been very, very connected. Like almost from like the moment I could speak, I've been obsessed with watching movies and watching movies about and learning about Ireland. It's just been like a place in my heart for as long as I can remember. My mom used to call me Miss Irish. So that's on my dad's side, though. He's 100% Irish. I definitely feel like in the next couple of weeks, like if you've been kind of dawdling or dwindling, like not knowing which direction you want to go in any area of your life, whether it be one or several, the next couple of weeks, it's going to be like boom, 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 boom of like realization. You're going to have opportunities. These downloads of realization are going to be so incredibly important to moving you forward to where you are supposed to be, even if it's not necessarily where you want to be. Now, I do feel like all of us, you more than likely have some idea of something you want to accomplish, right? Even if you don't know, again, step by step or how in the world you're ever going to accomplish it, you know that you have this particular goal for yourself in your life. In the next couple of weeks, the universe is going to bless you with the creative spark, whether that be actual creating, like writing a book, painting, like whatever that looks like for you, whatever kind of actual artistry you do or involved with, or it could just be your brain being able to finally wrap your head around the concept of how to get you from point A to point dream fulfilled. And it could be a very long, possibly even daunting process, but I definitely feel this boost of energy, this spark of fairy magic, if you will, for you, girl, in the next couple of weeks, where your confidence is on high, even if you don't feel that way right now. I'm telling you, it's just like some energy is coming in and boosting you up so that you can start planning to take the necessary steps to make your dreams come true, to make something small or big happen in your life that you've been wanting for a really long time. Now, I want you to remember this is being channeled directly into me, so it's got to be something that's going to be important to you in the next couple of weeks. I want you to think on this whenever you start to doubt or feel overwhelmed. Fear has killed more dreams than success ever could. Okay? When you feel fearful, it's like even more of a reason for you to put yourself out there, for you to try, for you to let someone else in, whatever this is involving, okay? The time has come for you to step into who you are instead of kind of where you feel you need to be. Doing things for others is wonderful. You know, we're all very giving in this community. We're all like giving everyone our last and letting people torch our boundaries, but for you specifically in the next couple of weeks, it's like we can't live our lives for other people, right? And I feel like there's something in your life that you're going to come to understand has been holding you back for a really long time. This is your first step, is accepting the truth of this and then really paying attention to spirit. However you connect with spirit, if it's just a walk out in nature, sitting under the moonlight, talking to the trees, tarot, scrying, like whatever you do to connect, do that as much as you need to, or as much as you feel you need to in the next couple of weeks, because there's a major life change coming in, but it's like, it's just the very beginning stirrings of it. It's not going to be like this major, like you wake up tomorrow and I don't know, you're viral, right? That's like my dream. But it is like, okay, you got on the platform, so now there's actually a chance of you going viral. Do you know what I'm saying? If you put it in those terms, this is your first step to the rest of your life and the rest of your dream coming true. And if you get any pushback on it, that's fine. That's the universe revealing who is meant to be with you on this and who isn't. Blue is next. Blue, I'm going to use the Halloween Oracle. Good. You should definitely do it. Definitely should do that. Don't let anyone else's wants, needs, thoughts, feelings, or opinions dictate what you do next. You know, I tend to be very verbose and long-winded, but that's the gist of that. Nomio, what's up? Anyone else that I missed? Thank you for coming in, everybody. Black Cat, fortune meets opportunity, Blue, and this is a very lucky card indeed. In traditional folklore, cats were said to have one foot in this world and one in the next. They were the conduit between the underworld in this world and fortune and opportunity. What's up, Julie girl? In the times of the Inquisition, the Middle Ages, cats were hunted because they were said to be allies of evil entities such as devils and witches. Black cats, black being associated with the darker aspects of the supernatural, were especially singled out. Historians believe this unprecedented killing of cats in the name of eradicating evil led to an unchecked increase in the rat population, which was responsible for the alarmingly rapid spread of bubonic plague and death of millions of people. These days in Germany, for example, a black cat passing one's path indicates impending misfortune. Yet in ancient Britain, they were considered good luck and even were given to brides on their wedding day. In Japan, to this day, they are considered very good luck and bringers of fortune. Should the slinky black cat cross your path through this oracle, know that good luck and fortune will be meeting with you promptly. Also know that your luck will be even luckier if you're prepared to take advantage of every special opportunity that comes your way. This is like making of your situation what you want it to be, right? This is not allowing outside influences. I'm pretty sure this is like the theme of the night already, and we're only on like the third card or fourth card. Having the expectation of success, having the expectation of winning, of accomplishing, and not really paying attention to the things or the people who aren't on the side of that, if that makes sense, Blue. I feel like the universe has something really special and exciting in store for you in the coming months. And I feel as though the more you put your focus on the positive, and I know sometimes it's hard, nobody walks around positive with no expectations all the time, but the more you can do that, the more likely it is that whatever this is going to come to fruition so much faster, because this isn't you focusing on every little negative thing and being like, okay, how do I fix that? How do I change that? How do I stop that? This is you just saying, okay, well, that sucked, but we're going to keep going with this, right? This is like you make your own luck in a way. And it's not for the next few weeks. It's definitely month by month energy here. I would say from now even out until like November, December, this is you doing what you got to do, only involving the people or even the person that you know you can trust, so as to not get anybody who doesn't want to see you succeed involved in any of this, or anyone who's going to try to sabotage you or stop any of this from happening, because I do feel like you have big plans and big goals and big dreams, and you are on your way to achieving them. This is the universe giving you a boost in the right direction, but telling you, in order to keep this momentum going, focus always on the positive. And if something seems so negative that you're like, why is this happening? Look for the lesson. The lesson in the next couple of weeks is where you're going to find the answer as to what to do next, and maybe even a different way of moving through this situation or whatever it is to get you to the end goal faster.
True. I wasn't sure if I'd make it back in time. Jules, and then we'll get on with the list, unless some number comes in.
My Julie girl, we're using Goddess Oracle. Oh, me, know me. All right, Sir Latro, thank you for popping in, by the way. So my interview with Monster Radio last Sunday, I was panicked because the interview was for 7 p.m. my time, and I got there at 6:45. And I'm so tech challenged still that I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't see a link to this interview. Like, what did I do? Did I make some kind of mistake? And it was frustrating because to set up this interview, it was all through like AI. Like I didn't speak to a single person. It was like book here with this booking site and confirm here with this site and mail this place a copy of this book and, you know, do this. So I had no one to reach out to contact. Eventually, I did find an email address, or I was able to reply to one of the many reminder emails that were sent to me. And I'm like, I don't know if I missed something. This was at 7:22. Okay, so 22 minutes after it was supposed to begin, and like 40 something minutes after I had gotten there. They're like, oh, could you hold on a minute? We're having trouble with our power. It's going on and off. It's storming here. I'm like, do we need to reschedule? Like, what are we doing? Like, you know, they could have easily said that, but I guess it's hard to email someone when your power is going on and off, but it's like, you can use your phone. I mean, either way, I'm so grateful for the experience because they have a huge audience. I'm redoing that interview, or doing that interview really, in 2 days, this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, but it's pre-recorded and it's audio for podcasts only. So I will give you guys the details once that is released. The Arrhenius card of crisis. The Arrhenius are howling after you because you and or a loved one are in crisis. The way to nurture wholeness for you now lies in reaching out and asking for help. Whether it's from the human, animal, or spiritual kingdom, help is required at this juncture of excess, psyche, breaking, stress, and instability. Identify and name the kind of crisis you're in, Miss Julie Girl. If your crisis is psychological, call a crisis hotline or make an appointment with a healer or a psychic. Oh, healer of psyches, sorry. If your crisis is financial or job related, seek financial assistance or find a career counselor. If it involves your health, visit a healthcare practitioner. It is vital for you to get the help and support that you need, for you're not in a place where you can help yourself in this area. Thank you, Nighthawk. Do something or ask a friend or a loved one to do it for you or help you with it. Crisis in your life also brings the experience of crisis into the lives of certain loved ones. Don't blame yourself. Don't jump through hoops trying to take care of them. Be selfish. Let me read that one more again. Be selfish. Deal with your crisis and let them deal with theirs. The Arrhenius say all crises are accelerated growth / transformation points that bring opportunities. However, before you get to the opportunity, you must get through the crisis. And for you, this is why I hate when that happens. However, before you get to the opportunity, you must get through the crisis. And for that, you must reach out for help. Jules, I know this is hard for you to hear, honey, because you are just like me and you are like, I've gotten a lot better with asking for help. You are one of those people that like, you're not going to ask for help. You're not, what's up, Lotus? You're not going to want to let people know, you know, your weaknesses or what you're dealing with or going through. The fact of the matter is here, though, Jules, when this crisis hits, if it hasn't already in the next couple of weeks, you are not going to be able to rely solely on yourself. There's something here that's missing, some area of expertise, some information. The universe is doing this for a reason. One thing I see, I'm just seeing opening doors. So this is going to like connect you with someone that can help you in some area long term with something really huge. Jules, I totally understand that. I really do. But whatever this is that has either just happened or is about to happen, it's going to be too big for you, to handle effectively and efficiently and expeditiously by yourself. You are literally going to have no choice but to ask for help. So keep that in your head and just make sure that you're going to people you trust. If it's a doctor you really need to see, check the reviews, see if they come well recommended. Do you know what I mean? If it's spiritual healing, you know, there is definitely something here. And I don't think it's anything like that because I don't see it costing money. I see you reaching out to someone near you. Okay. But it's a huge deal. I want to warn you though, and this is like the last thing you need to hear. You're somebody who never asks for help as it is, right? And you don't want to burden other people. Like, but I am telling you, a couple of the people, you're going to have to really look deep in your circle of friends or circle of relationships, because there are some people who are going to try to like piggyback your crisis. Does that make sense? Like you call them and you're like, you know, I'm just going to say oh my gosh, I sold 10 pieces of art and all 10 got sent back and they were broken. USPS broke them, you know, in shipping and handling. And now I got to pay all that money back and I'm out all this money. And someone's going to be like, oh, do you remember that time when, you know, I ordered a package from Amazon? Like just trying to like compare, right? The pissing contest. That is the last thing you need right now. You need somebody who's going to sit and listen and say literally nothing. I feel like this is you figuring things out on your own and for yourself. You already have the answers. It's just this other person or these other people are there to help pull that out of you. And for as uncomfortable as you do feel and as you're going to feel asking someone for help, I feel like it's not really help. As I'm seeing more of what they're showing me and as I'm hearing more of what they're telling me, it's more like you're asking for other people's opinions. And that helps you to understand that you're not alone in this, right? So like you ask your best friend or someone you trust more than anybody, how would you feel if this happened to you? And you see that they're just as confused, messed up, disappointed, scared, whatever, as you are. It's like this simpatico energy of like, great minds thinking alike, right? Where you understand almost intuitively that you are not alone. And I feel like this is the beginning of you really finding that core group in real life of people you can depend on. There is crisis coming in though. And I do think it's a big one, a major one, nothing you can't handle, but something you can't handle on your own. Make sure you trust the people you're going to for help. If you choose not to turn to anyone for help at all, I do see this taking you out almost like mentally, to where you're taking a long time to recover because you don't have anyone to lean on to. Does this make sense? I'm also getting partner in crime energy. So I don't know if a romantic relationship is coming in for you or someone that, again, you can trust, you're close to, they understand you, you understand them. They're going to help you through this without expecting anything in return. And it's like, now you've got a person for life, right? You've got a ride or die. You're dragon slayers together. Just be very careful of those people who are going to, they'll help you up to the point where you trust them. And then they start with the shady BS and, you know, the comparison games, and they're not really helpful at all. They're just pretending to be helpful so that when you achieve whatever it is you're going to achieve, or once you get through this, it's going to be like, what's in it for them, so that they can throw it in your face and say, well, do you remember that time you were going through that major crisis? I was the only one that let you stay with me. I was the only one that picked up the phone for you. There is someone in your life that is literally thinking that way right now, of how they can use helping you against you in the long run. Watch out for that. Lotus girl, it's so good to see you.
Sorry about that. Bat Mom is next.
Tennille, also, if you have to leave, let us know. Bat Mom.
Actually, you want to do her after Bat Mom, you can.
Yeah, because I know she can't usually stay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, Miss Bat Mom, I am using Aether Creatures. Thank you, Miss Jules. I'm feeling a little off tonight, but that's because it's been a while since I've done this and really kind of poured my heart into it. I haven't been doing all the personals all month because it is summertime, so getting back in my groove. Okay, so the Pomola popped right out for you, Bat Mom. And that is card number 69 in the upright. All right. If the Pomola appears to you right side up, seek inspiration. What's needed at this time is the spark of creative inspiration. This is also in line with the theme tonight. If you feel uninspired at the moment, accept that it's okay to feel that way. And cast your eye around you for sources of inspiration. You might benefit from changing your environment, learning something new, going out into nature, listening to music, watching a movie or documentary, creating a vision board, taking a mental break, meditating, or doing breath work. Give yourself a period of time to be and do whatever comes to you on a whim with no planning or schedule, or do something way out of your comfort zone. It may also be of benefit to look at what exactly may be zapping your inspiration and either resolve or eliminate it. When the Pomola appears right side up, you would benefit from mountain energy at this time. Consult your intuition. Is there a specific mountain or mountain range that seems to be calling to you? When you have your answer, go there. Mountains are a universal symbol of nearness to the higher dimensions, to the universe, or what many people have called God. This is why they have been such a focus of spiritual pilgrimage worldwide. Chances are one such mountain pilgrimage is in store for you. If Pomola has appeared to you right side up, it means that as long as you demonstrate reverence for the mountain, whatever Pomola guards, the mountain that is calling to you will not only allow you this pilgrimage, but bless it at this time. Thank you, the girl and her gong, for that very generous donation. I do appreciate donations, guys. It's how I get paid and how I live. So definitely appreciate that. Okay, so Bat Mom, this doesn't, oh, you're in the Sierra Nevada. So I was going to say, like, this doesn't necessarily have to be you actually, am I good? I blipped for a second. Okay. This doesn't have to be you actually going into the mountains, but if you can, all the more better for you, okay? This is you finally understanding that in order to take care of you, you have to take care of you. In the next couple of weeks, I feel like the gimme, feed me more energy of a lot of the people around you is just going to get you to the point where you either snap or you just are like, phone on ignore, I'm not. You have nothing more right now to give certain people because you've given them everything already and there's like nothing left for yourself. The universe is asking you to come back and settle back into your own energy. You're trying to pour from an empty cup for so long that it's almost what you've become used to. But there's a part of you that's finally speaking up from deep down inside you somewhere that's saying, this is not enough. It is no longer enough to just run on fumes. It is no longer enough to live for the maybes and whens and what ifs. You're either going to actually go into the mountains or you're going to travel astrally there. There is a message of ascension, of how to get through a certain issue or problem you've been having for a really long time. Again, understanding that this issue or problem is happening, one of the first steps. Understanding what you need to do about it, another one of the first and second steps. But it's like actually taking the action. How could you possibly do that if you've got to be there on Tuesday and Thursday to care for this person, Monday and Wednesday to care for that person, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to do that? You're not leaving any you time. And in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be imperative to your own spiritual, physical, mental, and psychic health and ability for you to put you first, regardless of who likes it and who doesn't. People that you've been giving all this energy to and doing all these things for should care that you're not well in a certain area, and you're not. I don't know what area this is. I don't know if it's all around, just your energy is off and shifting, but there's something very wrong inside with you right now. And that's not a judgment. I'm not saying like there's something wrong. There's just something not sitting right. And it hasn't been for a long time. And it's like every time you get up the courage or the strength and find the know-how to get up and go do this, something else stands in the way. But it's not something else for you. It's something else someone else wants, needs, thinks, feels, opines. Like, no. In the next couple of weeks, it is imperative that you put yourself first, even if you have to put some other people on ignore and apologize later. Because you're going to end up in the hospital, or something else bad is going to end up happening to you. And then who's going to be around to save all these people? Not you. All right, Miss Tennille. Let's use angels and ancestors. Thank you. That was a terrible shuffle. There we go. You're welcome. You're welcome. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. I'm not surprised, because with you being a Leo and your birthday coming up in about a week, a little bit of more than a week, that you'd pull the Fire Guardian. He's your Leo protector. I'm sorry, guys, but these are my favorite, and I'm going to eat them because they're delicious. You're welcome, Miss Batmom. I'm glad. Sometimes I don't discuss how serious and severe some situations are for certain people, because it's not everyone's business. But if you guys are really tuned in, you'll understand when something I'm saying to you is that important, right? Not that all readings aren't important, but sometimes there are things you really need to know. They're so good. This is like my 5th bag since I reviewed them.
I found some and got them for Giles. He ate the bag in one night.
So good. Okay. They're a little bit more spicy than I would normally eat. I don't like spicy food, but the taste is just, the flavor is so good, I can't help myself. Okay. Tennille, connect with your desires. The sparks could lead to something beautiful. Hey, Edna, what's up, girl? The Fire Guardian represents the angels of fire. Fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. Burning desires can lead to great expansion. Allow the Fire Guardian to help you awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you are reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by spirit. You're being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. Tennille, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing a part of your nature. If you're in a relationship, this can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection. Well, woohoo. I feel as though, just like most of us here, not only on this channel, but in this community, most light workers, seers, people with ability to one degree or another, have this issue with I don't want to say worrying about what others think of us, because I'm trying to think of how to say this, guys. Just bear with me. It kind of is, because it's like we have to work a lot of the times harder to maintain relationships than most normies. We have to work a lot harder to find that core group of friends that we can really trust, that's not going to hurt us, take advantage of, manipulate us, etc. In a world full of toxicity, there's us, right? Just stuck in the middle, trying to be all things to all people at all times except ourselves. Tennille, in the next couple of weeks, this is the universe telling you, and it's a theme tonight, so it is a little bit like a lot of the other readings. It's like you have got to do what feels good to you. With your reading, though, it's a little bit different, because this is talking about in a general, I want to have some fun and I'm tired of taking everything so seriously sense. This is a small vacation. This is a romantic date on a night where normally you and Porky would be working. Excuse me. This is deciding that you going, I don't know, to get your hair and nails done is more important than driving your next door neighbor's cat to the vet. Like, this is Tennille putting Tennille first, absolutely first. Not even like going forward, just in one instance, giving yourself one moment, one opportunity, one thing for you to do for you that you enjoy without having to feel guilty or bad or having anyone riding your butt about it. I do feel the opportunity is going to come up right around your birthday, Tennille, where you get excited about something and then all of a sudden it's like bombarded with all the reasons why you can't do or have whatever this is. And the universe is saying, stop denying yourself. The happier you are, the more spiritually elevated you'll be in most cases. And the more spiritually elevated you are, the more you're able to push out that energy and give to other people, right? But if you're not allowing yourself even the tiniest bit of happiness, not that it doesn't make you happy to help others, to care for the animals, to to make others feel good and to be the one that always shows up and always be there. That feels really good. This is about you being all those things to yourself, though. What's up, Roger and Sir Netter? It's you being there for you and allowing yourself the opportunity and the time to do that. If you don't, I don't see any major thing happening. This isn't like a major reading, but I do feel like nothing is going to change in a major way if you don't take this small opportunity for just Tennille, and maybe just Tennille and Porky, because I do kind of see him on the sideline of this, and it could be something with his physical health where, like, it's going to help him, even if you're not even thinking of that. It's like you taking this time out, you taking this break, you putting yourself first, you doing for Tennille before anyone else is going to somehow inadvertently help him. And not just in a way of like, now you're filled up, you're able to pour again. Do you understand? Take little risks, take chances right around your birthday. Go out, do something fun, and don't regret it. Just do it, and that's it. You're not hurting anyone. You're not getting in any trouble. And it is okay to say, like, even if it's on your birthday, like, no, today's my birthday. I'm not doing that today. And that's okay. Who's next?
I was just going to ask. Well, first of all, happy birthday, Edna. So
I always forget Aunt Edna is my July Leo.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Miss Aunt Edna.
She's definitely a Leo.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I just always forget, because when I think of astrological signs, I always think of like month by month. So August for me is Leo. I have to like really go back and think, July is Cancer. That's just the schedule I'm on. September is Virgo. October is Libra. Like, it's how I think of it in my head.
And she is next. So go ahead and.
All right. And now I'm going to use the Mythical Goddess Tarot.
She had an early supper so she could be.
You know, I never thought I got along well with Leos, particularly Leo men. I just don't match well with them in relationships, right? Friendships, I could be friends with anyone. But since I've started online, not all, I mean, I have friends, really close friends throughout all the zodiac, but I have more Leos in my friend group, females, than ever before in my life, and than I ever expected to have. And I think that's my Aries rising, though. That's my rising fire energy.
I seem to attract Pisces and Geminis.
Well, Pisces makes sense because we're your polar opposite.
Yeah.
6 and 12. So we're supposed to be attracted to one another as like friendship mainly. But just in general.
I think everybody I ever dated was a Gemini. Dad's a Gemini.
Leo, Sun, Cancer, Moon. That definitely sounds complicated. See, I'm Pisces, Sun, Libra, Moon. I'm a complicated person, but that's not a complicated chart. I hate confrontation, and I like balance. And I'm highly emotional. The Child of Seas, the card of innocence. Speaking of your Cancer, Moon. There she is. That's the Child of Wind, Gemma. This innocent child of seas sleeps deeply in the cowrie shell womb, safe and at peace within the storm. She's protected in her guilelessness. The sweetness of this ocean child's innocence teaches trust, especially when the seas are stormy and life is uncertain. Challenging times can require going deeply within to find the true center where stillness is known and the need to control is released. During turbulent times, open to the childlike quality of innocence within you to find life's perfect way through. I don't understand. When it happens, okay, because it just throws me off. But when it happens, you know the little pictures underneath the screen? It's the fourth one from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just click that back on real quick and it'll be fine. All right. And it didn't, hey mother, how are you? It didn't escape me that this is a child in the womb. Today's your birthday. This is renewal, rebirth, reinvigoration. And it's only that for people on their birthdays when they're doing the work, right? So when it's time for us to kind of level up or boss up, not just in our life, but in our energy as well. This is you going back to, like it says, innocence, a more innocent time of a child, going with the flow more, allowing yourself to open up and trust after so long of really having to have your guard up with the people around you. In the next couple of weeks, and good night, girl, love you. I do feel like you could actually be meeting some new people. It could be a group online, or maybe you're joining something or volunteering somewhere. You could have no idea what I'm talking about. But in the next couple of weeks, I feel like you're going to become a part of a new group of people or become involved in something that maybe you never pictured for yourself before. This is you. I kind of see you chuckling like, yeah, okay, like I'm trying to think of how to explain this. This is like, you know, when you're going along with someone and like pretending to believe them about something, you're like, yeah, I'll go see that movie, even though like I know it's going to stink. The other two stunk. Hate that movie, but yeah, I'll go. Sure, it's a great movie. And then you get there and it ends up being a great movie, right? And then you're into it. And that's a very small level example, but this is something that I think you never expected yourself to become involved in or with, or a person maybe you never saw yourself being connected with or being friendly with. This is the universe telling you, for as much as you may want to resist, right down to like your spirit, the universe is saying anyone new that comes into your life with a new idea or something new and interesting, even if your initial reaction is like, ooh, don't want any part of that, or, you know, don't want, it's like, for you to get involved with this person, with these people, with this group, it's like opening up a whole new world for you, where I do really feel like you're going to spiritually ascend just by taking the chance of seeing the truth about something. The truth is being revealed to you in a way that, like, I'm trying to think of the best, because I'm seeing a lot of different things. The main thing I'm seeing, though, is you being like, sure, yeah, like, I'm just going to go along with this, right? I'll just go along with it because I'm here. And then you end up becoming like really connected to someone or really involved in something. Trust being an issue, and I know it has, because it is for most of us in here tonight and in this community. But this is the universe saying, just open up a little bit, and all the more so if you don't want to. Now, this isn't with someone you already are very close to. This isn't saying forgive someone or trust someone that's already screwed you over. There's someone new or some new group or some new something coming in that you are immediately going to be suspicious of. And the universe is saying, open up the tiniest bit and let the universe take it from there. This is a journey you definitely need to go on. And now is the perfect time where your energy is more higher vibrational, happy, excitable, new soul type of energy. Like, you know, this is your first time experiencing, maybe it's friendship or volunteering or whatever it is, without the taint from your past of being hurt, you know, can't trust and abused. Open yourself up to people you might normally not. And open yourself up to situations and ideas that normally you would have no interest in. Because even if your mind doesn't change about something, it's going to be an experience that changes your spirit in this area and helps you to be better able to not ignore red flags, but not see them everywhere because of everything you've been through either. I hope that makes sense. Like I said, guys, I'm a little bit off my game tonight. I'm just getting back into the groove of this. I don't get to work much, and I'm doing the best I can.
Well, my boo-boos didn't help at all. I got 2 screens going. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Who's next?
Next is Uso. And then
what's up, Smoochie?
Oh, Smoochie.
Urso, you still here?
I thought I saw him.
And I'm kind of the same way with that.
Yeah, because he said hi to Edna.
There he is.
There he is. Okay.
All right, Urso. Let's see. What are we doing? I'm going to use energy and spirit. Yeah, I'm a little more stuttery than normal tonight. I do get that, guys. But again, bear with me. It's hard to be on track when I'm only doing this once a week. Normally, I'm doing it all throughout the week, you know, for the 1 cards and for clients, and, you know, that'll start again in September. Thank you. Card number 42, prosperity, abundance, and success in the upright position. Mommy dearest, how are you? All right, Urso, this card heralds a time of great prosperity opening up for you. Abundant blessings may come in many forms and for many reasons. It may be that a project you've been working on for a long time is finally coming to fruition. An investment or a potential property sale could be paying off. Some unexpected gift, like an inheritance, may be coming your way. Get ready to enjoy the fruits of your labor and the rewards of your faith. You deserve great undiluted joy, and that radiant garden will be blossoming soon. Even if the shower of blessings only comes in drops and sprinkles at first, remember to notice the gifts already gracing your life. The moments of laughter, beauty, peace, and spirit presence can bring you joy each day. The more you acknowledge those and other forms of value in your life, the more your newfound prosperity will grow and multiply. So this is, again, focusing on... Mom, I know. Oh, I'm so excited. So this is focusing on the good, focusing on the positive, even if the positive seems like it's almost non-existent. I do feel a very lucky, for lack of a better word, week or two for you coming in. Not in all areas, obviously, because none of us, things can't go 100% well in every area of our lives all of the time. But also, I see more so than usual, things really going in the right direction, things really working out for you. This abundance and prosperity, this success. I feel as though you should really give yourself a lot more credit for whatever this is. Don't let anyone take that from you. Acknowledge the role you played, the work you've done, and make sure others do too. This isn't talking about being prideful or narcissistic, like, oh, this never would have happened without me, even if that is true. This is more of you just feeling good about yourself and letting others know, like, yeah, this is my doing. I bring this to the table. This is, and keep going with that. I do feel some energy around you. The reason this is coming up mainly is because I feel people that are trying to like poke holes in your happiness. They're trying to be like, oh, well, that was easy. Anybody could have done that. Or, whatever they're going to say, the little trolls that run around our lives sometime. It's just, I don't think you're at risk for allowing, other people's words to kind of take you out. But I do feel like sometimes it can be startling and you could be taken out of this moment of manifestation and happiness because someone says something insensitive. I do feel like this is going to be a time that reveals the snake in your grass. This is going to be a time for you in the next couple of weeks that reveals who really is there for you, who really supports you, who really wants to see you succeed, who really is happy for your success, and who isn't. And that's when you're going to have a decision to make of whether or not to keep this person, these people, etc. around you, because they are not contributing at all to your spiritual elevation or the happiness, abundance, prosperity, and success of your life. Who's next?
Go ahead and make mom next. And then after mom, go ahead and do Nighthawk. Cindy or Area. I know Latra left. Area or Cindy, you're still here, let me know. Eris, we'll just do Eris next, and then after Nighthawk, we'll do Eris.
Okay. You said Eris next, and after Nighthawk, Eris. That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was reading names out loud. Do Nighthawk, then do Eris.
Okay.
Because she was originally like the very first person here. So
mom, Nighthawk, and Eris. Okay.
Gotcha.
You're welcome, Urso. Thank you. All right, mom, fairy tale. Smoochie, I give up. What are we talking about? I'm out of guesses. Oh no. Oh, okay, mom. You got Vasilisa the Brave, the card of courage, and it is card number 18, which last week, July 18th, was my mom's birthday. I was going to stream that night, but again, I just wasn't feeling it. All right, Mom. This beautiful fairy tale is a message of great courage, of light in darkness, and of how entering into the darkness and into the realm of the crone can result in great rewards if you keep a quiet, still center. Vasilisa, is a true woman whose sisters demand she undertake a truly frightening quest. Fortunately, although her sisters bear her no love, she has with her a magical doll within which is the voice of her mother and part of her spirit. And this doll speaks to Vasilisa whenever she has need of her mother's guidance and wisdom. And she takes this doll and her courage into a situation where she confronts the great archetype of the crone. After fulfilling many tasks without complaint or demur, she is rewarded with the light which she sought. This tale of Vasilisa has two names, sometimes Vasilisa the Brave and sometimes Vasilisa the Wise, but it's all about honoring the mother, who's Vasilisa's mother, the maiden Vasilisa, and the crone. Vasilisa endures all the lessons at the hands of the crone, and while her sisters feel they have sent her sure to her death, in fact, they have sent her to the place where she will learn the most. So when you receive this card, know that there is a deep motherly love for and with you. It may not be from a literal mother, but there's wisdom, women's wisdom, which has been given to you and which can sustain you. The feminine ancestral line is strong and of great comfort to you. A mother, grandmother, or female ancestor guides you in visions and dreams. It's yours alone, and only you can hear the voice of the mother, the goddess within you. When you enter the darkness, know that you can carry with you the voice of wisdom within, and it will be available for you when you most need it. Listen to that still, calm voice within and know that you are the one who will return with light, and the situation that once troubled you so much will be transformed. So I do feel like all of the difficulties that you've been through in the last few years, Mom, and especially of late, are definitely going to start coming into focus, where you're understanding, at least to a better degree, a little bit more, why all of it needed to happen to get you exactly where you are. I do feel like you're entering a time of uncertainty. I wouldn't call it fear. I just feel like you're unsure, right? So you're like, I want to go this way in this situation, but I also want to go that way. You're listening to a lot of different advice and a lot of different people's ideas. But the universe is telling you at the end of the day, you're the one who has to make your own decisions and live with them. So don't hold yourself back from doing something that you really want to do because you're worried about how somebody else is going to react to that news. They are not the ones who have to live your life. Don't worry about maybe not going ahead with something. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone's been pushing you and pushing you and pushing you to go back to school, and finally you went back to school, but you hate it just as much as you knew you were always going to, you can't just continue for the next 4 or however many years finishing this school that you absolutely can't stand, to have no direction in, just so that you don't have to go back and tell whoever it is, like, I didn't want to do that in the first place. Just don't do it in the first place. On the other hand, just do it in the first place. It doesn't matter at this point what anyone thinks of the things that you're doing, wanting, needing. They don't know how you feel inside. They've not lived your entire life. And while it's great for people who care about you to give you advice and try to support you in any way they know how, don't let anyone push you in any direction you're not 1,000,000% comfortable in. In the next couple of weeks, just be sure to keep your autonomy and really put your foot down if somebody tries to cross a boundary with you. And I see this boundary crossing as being with advice. So somebody trying to tell you, like, no, you shouldn't do that, you should be doing this, and like being like really adamant about it. You really need to stand up for yourself and say, you know, I appreciate that advice, but I'm going to go and do this. Who cares if someone else thinks it's crazy? Who cares if someone else doesn't like the idea? Who cares if someone else loves the idea? At the end of the day, you have to make your own choices. You spent a lot of your life, Mom, living for other people, to make other people happy, and just waiting for it to be your turn for, you know, this area of your life to maybe finally come to a close. You could be happy in that area. And it's like, you finally have a chance that I see you coming in for like all encompassing happiness. And I also, with this card, see that grandma is with you, and she is trying to get messages to you, downloads to you in your thoughts. I don't know if you're seeing her in dreams or in the visions that you have. I feel like, though it's going to take courage to be authentically yourself, you are walking into, in some area of your life, I don't know what area it is, something that you've always wanted ever since you were very, very little. And you're going to see it start to unfold very, very quickly in front of you. And I don't think a lot of people are going to understand it. It's going to be like, you know, I don't even know how to explain it without coming right out and saying it. And I don't want to do that. I just feel like you're about to step into everything you've ever wanted in some area. And there's going to be jealousy. There's going to be, again, people who are trying to judge you. You know what I'm saying? Who are like, oh, you know, can you believe she did that? Like, who gives a flying F word? That's it. Do you, do what makes you happy. And at the end of the day, those who love you will support you no matter what, and be there for you if it all falls to hell.
Okay. Nighthawk is next. And that was a very good reading, by the way.
And I am very, 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 very excited about your date tomorrow. I think it's the most romantical, sweetest, adorablest, romanticalist thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. I'm a Pisces. I am a hopeless romantic, and I'm going to live vicariously through you on this one. And you better call me at some point on Sunday. I want all the deets, mother. All right. You said Eris or Netter?
Next is Nightwing, because I called him before I noticed Eris was in the room. So Nightwing is next.
Can I tell the whole story? It's so romantic.
Actually, I'm so happy for her. And you don't have to say a thing. I'm glad she's going on a date. That's awesome.
Okay, I got to tell you guys the whole story really quick. This is why I'm so excited. So, my mom got married when she was really, really young. And she had my two sisters. They were teenagers, 16, 17. And the whole time, my mom and her first husband, my older sister's father, were together. My dad was kind of chasing my mom around, and this other woman was chasing her husband around. And when they ended up divorcing, my mom ended up with my dad, and her ex-husband ended up with this woman. So they went on, they lived their lives. They had more kids. My mom had me, he had other children. And my mom ended up marrying my stepdad. She was with him for 30 something years. But we all always stayed in touch with my sister's father, because that's my sister's father. And I adore this guy. He's a Pisces. And I remember like when I was like 4, I had a crush on him. Like he was like one of my first loves. And he's just so sweet and kind. And recently, with my mom spending the past few years more time at my sister's house, he's been there more as well. So we've all been like one big family. I mean, I don't know how to explain this man. He is just so incredible. He was always posting pictures of like, you know, doing this for his wife, doing that for his wife. So sweet. She and my mom became really, really good friends, and she recently passed away. So he decided that he wants to take my mom out and reconnect that friendship that they had so many years ago when they were teenagers, and they were both insane teenagers doing crazy things. And it's like this reconnection of like comfortability, right? Because it's this guy that like has always had a flame for her despite being married, and who we all just think is like goofy, charming Chris. And it's like this, for me, it's like a fairy tale story 45 years ago. And they reconnected, like I said, a few years ago with him helping her with a few things. And then all of a sudden it comes back around, and he says to my sister, I want to take your mom out for a date. And it's just like, it's so, I don't know. I'm getting chills. I'm going to cry. I told her the other day, I'm like, I am almost crying. You don't understand how much I adore this man.
This
man.
He actually spent time with me when we went out for the Halloween party. And
the karaoke?
Him and the wife. And they got to talking to me, and they were just so sweet and so adorable. And then he just come off as this super nice guy. And then when I found out later that that's who he was, it was like, it makes a lot of sense now. So it's so sweet after all of those years for, you know, and it's great for you, Mom, in my opinion, because this is somebody you already know, you're comfortable with, even though you guys weren't connected your whole lives. You were through my sister, and you guys know each other. And I just think it's the sweetest thing. And I cannot wait to hear about it. I haven't busted his stones yet about it. I'm going to leave him alone because, you know, I don't want to mess with him too much, but I best get a call on Sunday. That's all I'm saying. Nighthawk. Am I reading for Nighthawk right now? Okay. What's up, Cowie? Divine, what's up, girl? All right, let's do Nighthawk. Mom, you've got to have butterflies right now. The funny part about it is my father has always told me that he loves my mother. He was like, I never got remarried because I'm married to your mother.
And he's always like, how's your mother doing? And like, is your mother dating? And like, my mom's hot pants over here, apparently. He's nervous. Aw, see, that's what I mean. He's so sweet.
See, there was love always there. See, sometimes love never dies. It just kind of
you know,
fades
like
away,
I told her, it's not like after all those years, like in love, but to like have love for someone and to want to spend time with them and to know you'll have a nice time no matter what. There's no pressure. There's no, you know what I mean? That whole job interview process is long done with.
Just be yourselves. So cool. Just be yourselves. You'll be fine.
I can't imagine him being nervous though. He's like, he's, you know, confident. Yeah, please text me. I really am rooting for this friendship and for you and him too, with everything he's been through. But for you specifically, I couldn't be more excited. All right, sorry guys, I went on a side quest there. Okay. Nighthawk, 2 of Earth cycles. This is Jupiter in Capricorn. The ancient Ouroboros goddess Nehusta swallows her own tail, symbolizing renewal and regeneration through cyclical rebirth. The order of the cosmos is clear by the movement of stars and planets, reflected in the seasons of change and rebirth on planet Earth. This is a time of transition in your life. Be like Nehusta and let the current momentum transmute the old into the new. See what you're holding on to in yourself and release the brakes so that the changes that bring the new form to you can come swiftly and easily without resistance. I feel a lesson coming in, Nighthawk, and I hope you're still here, of something that you went through in the past that I feel like caused you a lot of pain, caused you a lot of turmoil. I mean, I feel like this, whatever this was, whether it was a relationship, whatever it was, did a number on you. And it was not in the recent past. And it's all coming back. If it was in the recent past, it was something you thought you had gotten over really quickly. It's all coming back in. And the universe is saying, listen, you can fall back into this. You can wallow in it. You could let it hold you down and stop you in your tracks, or you can transmute this energy and turn it into, something wonderful and beautiful and worthwhile and worth your time. I feel like any person that's hurt you before coming in from your past soon, Nighthawk, there's definitely an ulterior motive. I would not be allowing them back into my inner circle. You can definitely accept their apology, but like I said, forgiveness never equals reconciliation unless you want it to. This is something that hurt you long ago coming in to be a blessing now, if that makes sense. I don't think he's still here, so I'm not going to elaborate much more, but this is like, it's coming back around, and the whole reason for it happening to you all those years ago is going to become so evident as you move in this positive new direction due to whatever this is in the next couple of weeks. I hope that makes sense. Who's next? Eris? Eris, are you still here, hun?
Eris. Oh, Eris. We call upon you.
Eris has a personal coming, but not till September. So,
okay. Yeah, she was just in here because.
All right, let's move on. If she comes back in, I'll read for her.
That's fine. That is fine. We'll put her on hold. And go ahead. And Andrew, you still here? Yes, Andrew is still here. Go ahead and do Andrew.
Nomeo.
And Netter, if you're still here, let me know if you want a reading. Oh, there she is.
Okay. Nomeo, hold that thought. Let me read real quick for Eris. Miss Eris, I am going to use Celebrity Spirit. Oh, and guys, just for you astrology buffs out there, Mom is a July Cancer, and Chris is, yes, his name's Chris. Chris is a March Pisces. It's, you know, it's beautiful energy. It really is. It's beautiful energy. My sister and I would joke about it. I remember, like, even just like last year at one of the barbecues, like, someday. And we never actually thought, we were only kidding, but it's funny when I mentioned it to my sister, I was like, so Mom and your dad, huh? And she almost sounded defensive, like she thought I was going to say something negative. She was like, yeah. And then I realized she's probably just as nervous as we all are, like waiting for this to happen. All right, Nomeo, I got you next, hon. This is for Eris. Okay, I have not pulled this one yet. I do love this deck. I always forget about it. This is Steve Irwin, card number 1. Give it your best shot. So his main archetype for this lifetime. Thank you, Julie girl. I appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. His main archetype for this life was the hero, and his lower 3 were conservationist, crusader, and warrior. Australian Steve Irwin was born in Melbourne on 22nd of February 1962, also a Pisces, and died by accident on the 4th of September 2006 from a deadly prick to the heart by a stingray while making a film documentary. He was astrologically a Pisces. He was an Australian icon in his field named the crocodile hunter and renowned in the world for his passionate work with conservation. Steve was a well-loved character and modern-day hero and worked hard as an Australian zookeeper, television personality, wildlife expert, environmentalist, and conservationist. In the beginning of his career, he achieved worldwide fame from the television series The Crocodile Hunter, an internationally broadcast wildlife documentary series that he co-hosted with his American wife, Terry. Steve was awarded the Centenary Medal by the Australian government in 2001 for his services to global conservation and Australian tourism. The message: with everything you do in life, make sure you give it your best shot. The first thing Steve talked about was how devastated he was to see all the wildlife that perished in the fires in late 2019 and early 2020 in Australia. You can almost imagine him saying, "Crikey, to date, billions of animals were killed, and it almost wiped out the koala population, let alone birds, kangaroos, stock, and other wildlife." The tragic news sent waves of sympathy to the Australian people from all over the world and resulted in many donations being made to this cause. Steve didn't see his own death coming when the stingray turned and stuck the barb into his chest. He said he felt sorry for the crew that was trying to revive him. As for his daughter, Bindi, he said she would be traveling around the world a lot, so his son Robert would pretty much fill his shoes. Yeah, he was really cool. Night, Julie girl. When you select this card, it's a reminder to make a stand as the world needs you to let go of your fears and step up to the challenge that's presenting itself. Now is the time to believe you have the innate power, energy, and strength within your soul memory to overcome obstacles and achieve certain goals by believing in yourself and marching forward. Eris, you are now being called to begin what you are passionate about in your life. Guys, this has been an ongoing theme all night tonight, okay? And I was even thinking about, if we have time at the end, pulling a card for Ghosty and for me. This is a theme. And I've been getting download after download personally about like just giving up all pretense and just getting started. Ugh, yes. I'm not done yet, girl. Listen carefully to the whisperings of your heart's desire and don't take a back seat, because this is part of your spiritual contract, what you signed up for in the spirit world, to do this no matter what the case or the odds or what the cause, so long as it resonates with you. Now, if this doesn't resonate with you, I have more from your spirit team. Just let me get through this. This is a time for you to believe in yourself, contribute to the world, and help mankind, as it's a knowing and feeling that resonates with every cell in your body, thought, and memory. Be true to yourself, focus on what you truly love, and begin building your constructive ideas into solid foundations to make a difference in the world. What this actually is, Miss Eris, is you following your dreams, doing something you really, really want to do, and getting a move on. But at the end of the day, if you feel like that doesn't resonate with your spirit right now, even if it is something practical, sometimes we're just not spiritually invested in doing something. You know, I know TikTok lives are going to work for me. I just am not ready to jump into them. There's a reason for that. What it is, I don't know. It's that type of energy. In the next couple of weeks, though, if you don't put yourself out there at least a little bit, the ripple effect you are meant to have on at least one person, not in your life, someone you meet. This is about you and a total stranger. And this is very specific. Normally I get more general than this, Eris, but your team is really trying to convey this message. You have a contracted meeting with someone in the next couple of weeks that if you're not leaving your house, how can you meet them? It's an I keep pulling my own hair. It's an in-person meeting. And I feel like it's like the smallest little thing that you're not even going to recognize until years from now, when like you see them on TV or no, Smoochie, it's more of like, how much of the bullying can I stand? Am I ready for like maximum bully level? And finding the time. It's mainly the time. Eris, there's a ripple effect we're all meant to have on the world and on those in our lives and those that we just run into and meet on a day-to-day basis. Some of us have a bigger connection to make or a larger contract in that area than others, but that doesn't mean that you don't fit in that role as well. Mwah. Please make sure you're not shutting people out, that you are going out and doing things, even if it's just basic, like run errands, go grocery shopping. Like, even if it's that's the minimum of what you're able to do, make sure you get out there and do it. If you go the next 2 weeks without leaving your house at all, you are going to miss an amazing opportunity to have an incredibly beautiful effect on someone else's life. Again, you're not going to notice it right away. It could be as simple as smiling at someone and holding the door. Like, it could literally be something that seemingly minuscule. And then like 10 years from now, you see them on TV talking about one day they were really down and depressed and they walked into the store and some beautiful person held the door and smiled at them. Like, I'm not saying that is what it is, but it's something to that effect where like it doesn't even register to you. The encounter doesn't even register. But to this other person or these other people, the effect you have is much bigger than you can imagine. Make sure you're putting yourself out there. Now, if you have the opportunity to do something you've always wanted to do or that you've been working toward doing or putting a lot of manifestation and action behind, then absolutely you should get out there and do it. But if you're not spiritually ready yet or mentally, physically ready even, put that off to the side. Just make sure you're still communicating with people around you. You're putting yourself out there, you're getting out, and you're putting your energy out into the world. For some reason, somebody really needs your energy in the next couple of weeks.
Andrew is next. You really like those things. You know, those things are nice. I mean, basically, if you look at what I have in mind, it's almost the exact same thing that's floating around. In that
they made a new one, though. It's flatter and looks more like a vape, and it's black.
Really?
I'm going to get it. Nomeo, I'm using Moonology Manifestations. How many more do we have left?
Met her when you're ready, is what he said. Okay. Andrew, do Area 51. Then I don't know if Roger, if you're still here. And
Roger
Smoochie.
left.
Yeah, I know. He books before I see him leave. So Smoochie then, and then that's it right now.
And that is exactly the energy of Eris's reading. And I said I'd never marry again. Met my husband in the stairwell. I took the stairs instead of the elevator. Absolutely. I have another Leo friend, actually. And she said to me, she said this to me about a year ago. She's like, 2 years ago, you told me that I was going to get out of my abusive relationship and go right into another relationship, but it was okay because this person's my soulmate. She's like, and I laughed and was ready to give up like on your readings. She's like, and a week later, I met this person who is absolutely the love of my life. And I thought immediately to myself, oh my gosh, Gemma said this is going to happen. And I'm like, guys, it's not me taking guesses. It's your team literally telling me. The cards are a guide. Nomeo, last quarter moon in Taurus. Be proud of yourself. Netter, of course she is. Do you really believe in you? No one's perfect, Nomeo, but you need to believe in yourself and what you have to offer. Be proud of yourself. You came to this earth with a purpose to fulfill. Drawing this card suggests that there are a lot of unresolved self-worth questions that need to be answered before you can start to create the life you know is waiting for you. Being real is key here. Don't pretend for appearance's sake. You're more than allowed and encouraged to be your real true self. In an age where people pretend to lead a perfect life, there's nothing more impressive than true authenticity. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Instead, start to recognize your own talents and assets. Your manifestation affirmation: I am a unique and beautiful soul. I am getting one thing and one thing only, Nomeo. Do not misrepresent yourself. No little white lies, no lying by omission. You're welcome, Miss Eris. It's definitely going to come into play here. And I feel like with Taurus, you might very stubbornly want to stick to your story about something about yourself that maybe you told a long time ago and someone still remembers it. Like, the universe is saying, just be who you are no matter what situation you find yourself in. Even if there's someone around that you maybe really want to impress and you feel like other people around you are like doing a better job of that, please trust and believe they are not. Whoever you're dealing with here definitely can see through the BS and will be able to see through yours. Your reputation, your personality, your energy, your vibe speaks for itself. In the next couple of weeks specifically, allow it to do that. Do not even tell a little white lie when it comes. You shouldn't be telling them anyway, but everybody does. When it comes to talking about yourself, not even a little white lie, because it's going to come back to bite you in the end. And all you have to do is be rigorously, genuinely honest. And you speak for yourself. Like, who you are speaks for itself. Whoever this person is or these people are, whether it's for a job, a romantic relationship, rekindling a friendship, like whatever it is, be as weird, wacky, goofy, strange, crazy, misfit toy as you possibly can be, if that's how you're feeling in those moments, because that is what is going to attract exactly who and what you're looking for in your life, particularly in the next couple of weeks. Who's next? I know I keep asking, but I don't remember.
No, you're actually good because I got things jumping around. Okay. Do you want to go, Nutter? Are you ready for yours? Because she go ahead and do you, and then we'll do Smoochie. Well, go ahead and do Area, then do Nutter.
Who is Area?
Area 51.
Oh, Area. Oh, okay.
I should have said Juan. I should have said
Juan. You did say it right, but I'm used to Juan, and I'm thinking of a girl named Aria or something. I'm like, who are we talking about here?
Well,
okay, we'll do Juan, Smoochie, and then Nutter.
That sounds fine.
All right, Sir Juan. I'm going to use Celebrity Spirit for you, too. I just think this is a great deck. The energy of it is wonderful. You're welcome. George Michael, card number 36, play, dance, and sing. So his main mission in life, or his main archetype, was the explorer, believe it or not, and it was risk taker, philanthropist, and pleasure seeker. George Michael, born Georgios Kyriakos Peniatouliou, was born on the 25th of June, 1963. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Greek for sure. And died of heart problems on the 25th of December, 2016. He was a cancer. He was an English singer and songwriter, record producer, and philanthropist who rose to fame with Andrew Ridgeley in the music duo Wham! Before going on to great success as a solo artist and award-winning Grammy nominee. He does look like Johnny Cage, right?
I was going to say that.
As a gay man, George worked for gay rights and did a lot of charity work for HIV and AIDS fundraising. He also sang with many other famous artists and the original Band Aid recording of Do They Know It's Christmas at Wembley Stadium. He also released an autobiography through Penguin Books called Bear. His life in general veered between triumph and tragedy, self-sabotage and self-discovery, and he was always pushing the boundaries with his creativity and his music. He was a Cancer, so yeah, they're almost as bad as Pisces with the self-sabotage. Almost. When he died, he was buried next to his mother, whom he was very connected and close to. The message: everybody deserves a second chance. Juan, when I tuned into the energy of George, I picked him as a gentle soul, kind, private, and compassionate with a caring energy. He was also very clear about what he wanted, but I'm sure must have experienced many people taking advantage of him and his generosity of spirit while here on Earth. As I channeled his complex energy, it felt divided. One was the gentle, traditional family Greek boy, I told you, and the other a strong, wild, and highly creative wild boy personality with many complexities. George had a special way of seeing the world in music, and he made this his work of art. The one thing that did come through was how much he loved his mother and family and how incredibly sweet he really was. His friends and loved ones, he said, meant a lot to him, but he also said that he was always looking for some type of excitement with his restlessness in romance. Yeah, it's not the best likeness of him, for sure. Family, friends, and loved ones were always his top priority. George said he loved beautiful things and always had an eye for fashion and beauty, which came through in his songs that were always so heartfelt. If you've received this card today, Juan, you have the ability to navigate through different levels of consciousness, dream, and waking states in the astral plane. You have the ability to give things a go. Once you have a clearer picture in your mind, you will be successful. You have innate goodness, and good things come to those with clear intentions and who can wait. So this is definitely showing me, Juan, that, you know, your time is like long overdue. And I mean your time as in your time to be successful, to achieve, to obtain, to receive, whatever it is that you've wanted your whole life. And there are things we want when we're younger that don't play into our adult lives, but there are some things that stick with us forever. I've always wanted to be wealthy. I don't think anyone doesn't want to be wealthy, but I feel like I've wanted it more than most. And I've always wanted a career that would make me not only wealthy, but famous. I botched that when I got pregnant at 15, but it's carried on into my adult life. And that's what this is talking about. It's like, just because you may be seeing other people around you winning, that doesn't mean you have less of a chance. In the next couple of weeks, I feel like someone that probably could be an actual garbage person, not like a garbage person, I mean a garbage spirited person. That's what I call people that are like low vibrational, not so nice, manipulative, toxic. I call them garbage people. I feel like you could be looking around and feeling like, I am so good to people. I am so kind to people. I don't bother anyone. I don't hurt anyone. So how come so-and-so who's had like 47 affairs, you know, and who steals for a living and blah, 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 blah. How come they have X, Y, and Z that I've always wanted and I've always worked hard for? I'm doing it the honest way. This is the universe telling you, there you go. This is the universe telling you that what you just said, I refuse to sell my soul and I have had my chance at fame. Me too, honey. Stephen was actually there when it happened. But the universe is telling you that's going to come back around in the next couple of months. I wouldn't say weeks. I would say in the next couple of weeks through to the next couple of months, that's going to come back around. Where maybe not fame, there's something here that you refuse to cut corners, you refuse to take shortcuts, you refuse to screw people over, and you ended up losing out, quote unquote, because of it. You didn't. It's just coming in bigger, better, and in a more honest, spiritually pure way in the next few months. Who's next?
You're going to do Smoochie next. Mark, just relax, enjoy your night then, and just enjoy your evening and your weekend. And hopefully you'll be up and bopping before you know it.
Mark, you're in my daily prayers, so.
Yeah, mine too.
I love you too, sweetie. I love all of you guys. If you notice, I started this off very like,
we both were.
And it just, and that happens all the time. I mean, the energy drain I get from this is tremendous, but not always. I mean, when it goes the other way, it really goes. I don't have a cryptid deck. I want to use Deep, Dark, and Dangerous for you, but if you want Human Spirit, I have that here as well.
Oh, you get a choice.
With Smoochie, yeah.
Yes, I know. She likes certain decks. We'll have to find a cryptid deck because she's not the only one that has asked.
I have a deck that has Bigfoot and other cryptids in it.
I know.
It's just, it's not all cryptids. So, you know what? I will pull, I know it's right here, but it's like buried under my wigs and my wig stands. I'll pull it out for next week.
There you go.
I also think Bigfoot is in Aether creatures. I'm going to use Deep, Dark, and Dangerous then. I am very excited. I keep getting these late night texts from my oldest son. He has thrown himself back into his music to a degree that I am not just because I'm his mom, right? Because I try to take that out of the mix and I try to listen to it unbiased as if like a random 25-year-old off the street handed me, I was going to say a tape, but you guys know what I mean. And it's so incredible. Like I get chills and I cry because I can't believe that someone that talented comes from like me.
Well, you're talented too.
Well, I did tell him that. I'm like, I can write a book in a week. I'm like, and I write lyrics all the time. I just don't.
I'm not a bad singer either, so don't knock that either.
Netter, my hair, I don't keep it down because I'm still losing some of my hair in the front here, and it doesn't look right. I am going to a stylist as soon as I get some extra money, and I'm going to get it like framing my face and shaped up, but I'm going to keep the length. I can't even get a haircut at this point because I can't go to just like any old person because of my hair loss issues. So I've got to go to a stylist, which costs way more money. So I haven't been able to do that since March of 2024. But that's one of the reasons you don't see it down. But sometimes on TikTok, I do leave it down, but it's very rare.
That was just sad because I took you that one time and I even kind of hinted that lady, make it what she wants.
Well, that wasn't her fault, though.
I know.
That wasn't her. Well, I don't know how you know because I didn't come to realize it until a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
It's because I was going to a hair cutter, like a person who cuts hair. I wasn't going to a stylist. So a side swept bang to someone who just is like registered or whatever to cut hair is not going to understand what that is.
Gotcha.
And I didn't know that until a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. That's why 5 different places I went, none of them understood what I was talking about because you have to go to an actual stylist.
It makes sense now. Because I kind of tried to hint her that, give her what she wants. And she was kind of looking at me kind of weird. And
well, it probably does look better down, but I've also ended up with facial dysphoria due to all the filters. That this and my pre-recordeds are the only things I'll do now without filters. And I hate looking at myself. And this isn't for compliments. This is actually something that I'm struggling through, is that I do not like not having a filter on my face now. I can't. I hate it. And I definitely did that to myself with filters on social media, but I can't handle it anymore. All right, Miss Smoochie, because I want to get done here and go back to playing Fortnite Lego Odyssey. I only played for 5 straight hours today. Okay, that's it. All right, Smoochie, you got Mithras, the card of loyalty, card number 15. No, I have no filter on now. That's why I hate this. YouTube doesn't have built-in filters. TikTok does. YouTube does not. So the pre-recorded uploads that I do now on Tuesday nights, which by the way, thank you for that, Netter, because they are working out so much better that way. And the live streams, like YouTube does not have the filter. So when I take photos, I use Snapchat. And when I do videos or shorts, I use TikTok. Okay, Smoochie girl. Yeah, I know you are so gorgeous. I saw a picture of you the other day and I was like, your smile, oh my God. Oh, we have Divine too, Stephen. We have to read for Divine. Your energy just like poured out of your photo.
Yeah, she could tell she was forcing that smile.
Let me get through these.
Yeah.
All right. Miss Moochie, if you want loyalty, be worthy of it. Hold to your agreements. If you make promises to yourself, keep them. You may be used to holding to your agreements with others, but neglecting yourself. Trust relates to loyalty. Whether Mithras was a god sparked in Persia or India, or whether he sprang fully formed in the ancient Roman Empire is not known for sure. Either way, he was a deity of action, honor, and sacrifice, and his mysteries were passed carefully from initiate to initiate. The true origins of the cult of Mithras are not known, and this is partially due to the inherently hidden nature of the rites and rituals that were communicated through a tightly held hierarchical structure. Mithras, it was said, was the god of the ordinary Roman soldier. In war, the Roman soldier often held a tight battle formation or series of maneuvers. To be successful, each man had to rely on others next to or near him to be holding to the line and plan. In the testudo or tortoise formation, each shield is brought together into a wall that extends to the side and over the soldiers' heads. Each man relies on the other to be covered and protected. Men therefore had to trust each other because that trust meant survival. This close connection they had with each other is one of the key reasons the Roman legions were unbeatable. The Mithraic mysteries allowed this bond to be further strengthened and ritualized and given a divine blessing. Your crystal companion is sunstone, and your plant companion is sunflower. So, Smoochie, yeah, this card is telling you, especially in the next couple of weeks, if you have issues with someone else's behavior, you obviously have your reasons. And I do feel there's at least one person in your life that deserves all of your wrath aimed directly at him because he's a jerk. And I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. However, two wrongs really don't make a right here, right? So I feel like, and I know that sounds so cliche, but in the next couple of weeks in your life, it's like the same thing. It's almost like what I said to Juan, where it's like, you've had all these things done to you. So finally you're like, you know what? I'm just going to do me. But in doing you, if you end up doing something to hurt someone else, even if they don't know you did it, you do. And that's where Spirit's going to come in and convict you and be like, how can you bring this up to him when you know what you're doing, right? The universe is saying, at least for the next 2 weeks, try to not understand why this person treated you the way that they did or anything like that, but just try to disconnect yourself enough that it's not forming these opinions in your head and pushing you to make these negative decisions, just so that you know deep down within yourself that like you got this person back, right? Make sure any action you're taking, whether it's to better and enrich your life or to, you know, throw shade at someone else, that it's kind of, that it's on the up and up, because what's going to happen is what doesn't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse. And eventually your spirit team wants you to have a leg to stand on when you do start really bringing to light how you were treated in this area of your life or by this person in this relationship. When if you were doing things equally as bad to them, whether they knew it or not, it's like that's not balance to the universe, right? Or that's balance enough, really. And you're not going to be able to move forward in the way you would if you were collecting the karma cookies for everything that was done to you while you didn't give it back. Does that make sense? You know what you do. Make sure everything you do, at least in the next couple of weeks, no one can be perfect any of the time ever, but in the next couple of weeks, make sure everything you do is on the up and up. I do think there is someone watching you, at least from the sidelines, reporting back, like taking notes. I don't know. I see someone like almost like obsessively worried about what you're doing just so they can try to get you in trouble with the person who's abusing you in the first place. You have every right to be angry and upset, and you have every right to stand up for yourself, enforce boundaries, and even fight back if necessary. But like you said, you agree, two wrongs don't make a right, and one of you has to, I hate this term, but be the bigger person. This is you being more spiritually, or elevating to a more spiritually higher position. And that's going to feel better than any so-called revenge you could get while you're still in the abuse. I hope that makes sense. That came like fully channeled out. Who's next?
Okay, you did Smoochy. Do Divine. Then the last one will be Netter. And then you going to do KC tonight?
No, I'm going to skip that tonight.
Are you going to do either me or you?
I'm not. I'm so tired.
Okay. And then
it does mean you winning. Yeah, just watch yourself. You know, it's almost like being in a probationary period, right? You're on probation. You only have 2 weeks left to go. Keep things on the up and up. Or actually, you're only on probation for the next 2 weeks, right? If you can keep things above board and on the up and up, this person will then have nothing to hold against you later on, and you will get everything you deserve and everything that really more than they ever thought you would. You're spiritually ascending by learning to take the hurt and pain put onto you by someone else and decide that it doesn't matter as much as you being a genuinely good human or being the person you really are and not letting someone take you out of your character to where you're looking to get revenge on every little thing, which no one would blame you if you were. But for some reason, I feel like it's really going to come back to bite you in the butt if it's something that's done in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, smoochy, actual fun too. Not like I'm going to be sarcastic smoochy and pretend like I'm having fun all the time. Like actually did something. Yeah, long time. Almost afraid to. You can't be. Divine, you got Albert Einstein, card number 35. Open your mind. You have infinite possibilities. So his archetype was, believe it or not, magician, scientist, inventor, and genius. Another Pisces. Albert Einstein was born on the 14th of March, 1879, and died on the 18th of April, 1955, of an abdominal aortic aneurysm. He was a Pisces. He was a German-born theoretical physicist, a genius, who moved to Zurich, where he became a Swiss citizen, then later to America as a refugee for scientists fleeing Nazi Germany. As a young boy, he often said if he was not a scientist, he would have loved to have been a musician, as he loved and appreciated music so much. He developed the theory of relativity, one of the 2 pillars of modern physics. Einstein's work is also known for its influence on the philosophy of science. In his brilliant career, he received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921 for his services to theoretical physics, and especially for his discovery of the photoelectric effect, a pivotal step in the development of quantum theory. The message: 2 things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. When I tuned into Einstein's energy, he was naturally very intelligent, as I had assumed he would be, but he was also very emotional. I sensed his sensitivity and his fast brain power, which must have been difficult at times. I'm sure he would have felt isolated at times throughout his life, as he was a natural genius. He seemed passionate about his life's work, and I believe he would have been very comforting for him to see his great achievements get the respect and acknowledgement he tirelessly worked for. Because there was no Einstein when Einstein was alive, right? Well, Netta, I'm not here to debate that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. As an agnostic, Einstein was rather curious when he came into the room in the seance, as he was a non-believer in the spirit world. It suggested to me that he may have been a hybrid soul, and gave us a lot of predictions, such as a cure for diabetes types 1 and 2, and a soon-to-be cure for breast cancer, prostate cancer, and dementia. If you draw this card, Divine, ask yourself, am I spending too much time trying to pursue my goals, working, or pushing myself to the limit? If this is the case, you need to take time out to smell the roses instead of striving so hard. It's time for balance. Have you been thinking of a vacation, a new sport routine, or about reconnecting and socializing with friends you never see anymore? You need to ask yourself, am I living the life I envisioned for myself, or am I in a rut, too consumed by the mundane? So, Divine, what I really think this boils down to is it's great to have work ethic. It's great to know what you want and to be out there hustling and working hard to get it. What's not great is you're neglecting the other parts of your life. Maybe not to a large degree where it's like affecting you yet, but eventually you will. Okay. I do feel like you are so laser focused on something, and rightfully so. Whatever this is, you're putting all this effort, time, energy, maybe money, whatever into, like, it is definitely worth the while. But I do feel like you're neglecting, I want to say, like the softer side of you, like getting out and having fun, maybe going on a date if that's something you're interested in, hanging out with friends. It can't be, it's like all work and no play make Divine Empathic a dull girl. And that's coming into effect in the next couple of weeks. If you don't really, even if you have to literally schedule it into your calendar, take a time out. It's going to do you wonders in everything that you're striving for. Like, you might think like, I can't take a day off, I've got so much to get done. But it's like, if you take that one day off, you're going to feel so much better spiritually, energetically, that you're going to be even more focused and ready to go the next day when you get right back to it. You cannot just work. At least not in the next couple of weeks. I also think that someone very close to you needs you a little bit more than they normally do now, and they don't want to reach out because they don't want to bother you, because you are working so hard, because you are giving some certain area of your life your all, and rightfully so. But you don't want to walk around giving the people you love and care for and that you do want in your life the feeling that they're bothering you, right? It's like, that's how hard you're pushing yourself, that it's affecting everyone else around you. So I admire you. I definitely can get behind everything that you're doing and how badly you want whatever this is. But please make sure you're taking time for the more personal things too. and the things that are of the heart and of the spirit, not just of the physical plane. And I don't mean material things. I mean, like, you know, taking someone to court to make sure your daughter's good, and, you know, making sure you got a roof over your head, and wanting to make more money at work. Like, I trust me, girl, I get it. But like, the things of the heart are what are going to be more and most important in the next couple of weeks. Netter. I'm using energy and spirits, and then I am out of here. Guys, please don't forget to donate, particularly through PayPal and Cash App if necessary. I have $0, so it would be nice to get paid for my work here tonight. If you guys can't, I totally get it, and I appreciate it anyway. I'm glad you all were here. That is awesome. I love how you all show up every week, and you know, this stream really made a difference tonight, like it always does, and I'm glad that we're here. Yeah, it was thundering and lightning so badly here before, and we haven't had that in a while. Yeah, Divine, really, I think it's going to negatively affect a close personal relationship if you don't just take a little step back. This isn't saying like you have to back away fully. This is just like a day of doing something else, or maybe like leaving your phone off for a few hours while you go and hang out with this one or do that. Netter, you have card number 4, freedom, moving on, letting go, in the reverse shadow position. This card reversed is calling for an investigation. Consider the people, circumstances, and behaviors you've been holding on to. Has habit, obligation, or the need for security kept you stuck in a situation that doesn't honor you? Be honest with yourself. In spite of perceived difficulty, there's value in shedding the old unhealthy energy. Consider your options for self-empowered action. Know that letting go can lead to better things. Remember, in situations where it's hard to let go, the angels can help. Ask Michael to assist you in cutting the negative energetic cords. Gabriel will help you express yourself, and Phanuel can ignite new hope and excitement. With your action and their help, any dark clouds will pass, and the universe will reward your choice to honor yourself, let go, and joyfully move on. So this is almost like what I said to Divine in a small way, Netter. This is you looking at all different aspects and areas of your life. Okay. Yeah. This is not just about, you know, working X amount at your job to make X amount of money. This isn't just about the practical things. This is about the spirit and about the heart and about the softer parts of your life that do really matter, because I feel like time is passing and you're not realizing it day by day, but then you look and it's been year after year and you're still planning on doing something, right? And I know why in a lot of ways it's hard for you. That's fine, Aunt Edna, whatever you can do. I mean, I definitely don't want to be pushy about it. I understand a lot of the reason that's not working for you, but there comes a time where you just have to open up and you have to trust that the people coming into your life are all coming in for a reason. And if you don't step outside of your comfort zone, you're not going to have anybody really coming into your life for any reason. We're social creatures. We need balance, and we need socialization. We need friendships, and we need love. And I do feel like a romantic relationship could be on the horizon for you, whether you believe it or not, whether you think that's in the air for you or not, right? It's not me, Gemma, it's your team. But because you're so closed off to that idea, you're the one blocking it out. You're the one closing it off. Right? If you can just open up to even the idea that someday you might find somebody, you're bringing that energy in, that you can get out there and have fun. You're going to bring that energy in. But if you're so blocked off and shut down to all of these wonderful things that we should all be focusing on as far as the softer sides of our lives and ourselves, you're just going to keep blocking it all out. And before you know it, time has passed. Guys, I am out of here. Thank you so much for coming in. I love you all so very much. On Tuesday, actually, I can't film Tuesday's video until Sundays now, so I don't even know what we're talking about yet. But if you guys haven't noticed, instead of Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, I am premiering all new videos at Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so instead of Monday morning, it's now Tuesday night. As Netter and several other people mentioned, a lot of what I do is like scary types of stuff. So why not do that at nighttime? And it's been working out. I've been getting like double and triple the views that I've ever gotten. Like the views I get in 24 hours on the Tuesday nights videos, which are the exact same videos I've been doing Monday mornings, I'm like getting triple in 24 hours than I would get in 5 months time. That's how bad my views have been as well. So this Tuesday night thing really worked out. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you all soon.